So how difficult was this to trade a quality player who you brought into the organization like Paul Stastny?
It was very difficult. Paul's been here for 3 years. We've had some success. We made the semifinals. We made it the second round last year, not getting to our ultimate goal, and someone that chose to come to St. Louis to win, and unfortunately we weren't able to accomplish that together. This wasn't something that probably 10 days or certainly 14 days ago I even contemplated doing, but our play recently has given us a little bit of concern, and we just felt that now was the time to address our team moving forward.
You gave him the option, though. If he would have said no, you would not have made this move?
Yeah, he had a full no trade, but when I talked to Paul, I said, you've earned that right. We're going to respect whatever decision you make, and I think it was difficult for him. He has a lot of great friends here, and I know there's a belief in that room with or without Paul that they're going to figure this out and win some games. So I think he had to wrestle with that, but ultimately he felt that a change might be good for him. I know he's got some synergy with Blake Wheeler. They played together during one of the lockouts, I think, in Germany. He knows a lot of guys from that that U.S. program that he's played with over the years. So I think it's an easy transition, and I want to thank Paul and wish him the best. And but if we had gone a different direction, I was certainly satisfied to keep him here and to forge on.
So you're still right there playoff-wise. How close were you to making another move, and do you like the makeup and the chemistry of the locker room right now?
The first part, we weren't close to adding much. We got into the market, we talked to people, but a first-round pick of the players that we've drafted recently, and then an additional piece didn't make sense for someone for our group right now for 2 months, 3 months, or 4 months, depending on how long you were to go. So we weren't really involved in that. What we've talked about doing was trying to add to that 25 and under group if we could, and that wasn't available, so we weren't really close to doing too much today. And as far as the makeup of the team, we've seen really the top of the mountain earlier in the year, and now we've seen hopefully the lowest part of the valley the last 4 or 5 games, and now we've got to start step by step climbing back up that hill, and we'll hopefully get there as quick as possible.
Doug, you mentioned the 25 and under group that you kind of want to build with this team. So when you look at some of the veterans there, do you still feel like they're helping and benefiting this team?
Oh, for sure. I think when I say that is we're looking to build around a core, but every core still has great leadership, and I think we have that with Alex Steen and Petro's. He's sort of in between in that age group and in his late 20s. But you look at Brodziak, you look at Steen. Bo Meester, there's some guys there that have been around the league a long time, and it's always nice to have players around that can really walk through young guys through a day like today. I'm sure as a young player never being through this, or a young player saying, okay, well, what's going on, they can tell them their experiences from being either traded before, acquired before, or being on a team that's done one or both. So I think it's important to have quality veterans around.
Are you a guy that usually wears your emotions on your sleeve? I mean, are you ticked off? Are you disgusted? Or how do you feel right now?
Yeah, I don't want to say disgusted. I would say disappointed in myself, disappointed in where we're at today. I didn't foresee this, as I said, certainly 2 months ago or even 2 weeks ago. I thought we would find a way to stabilize when we got Schwartz back, but our game hasn't looked like our game when it did before. We have a lot going on in our minds now, and hopefully past this trade deadline day and clear our minds up. We're playing slow because we're thinking slow, and I think we're overthinking. We just have to get back and just to play hockey, and that's what Mike's job is, to instill that in the guys, and again, just play on instinct and play the game. And
just being a point out, you still like the roster itself. I mean, you feel like you're close.
Yeah, I do. I think it's going to be a great opportunity for someone to step up. In sport, it could have been an injury that happened today, and we weren't going to mail it in. So this is Paul's a great player and a great person, but he's no longer part of our organization at this time, and we have to move on. And these guys are proud people, and they're going to step up and they're going to play their best.